Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Smackdown. And normally I would say, what a way to kick us off here on Friday Night Smackdown. But this is a whole different situation, as there is John Cena. The man that is, looked a little different, you could say, over the last week. Last week here on Friday Night Smackdown, attacking Braun Breaker, throwing him off a ledge down to the hard concrete to where that gate that was broken off, keeping up that ledge was right there. Braun Breaker landed on that. Later on in the night, John Cena would attack Cody Rhodes, and then CM Punk would get involved, looking like CM Punk was going to stop John Cena. Then all of a sudden, Punk would attack Cody Rhodes, laying him down in the middle of this very ring. And it seems like we are going to get ourselves a whole different John Cena, ladies and gentlemen. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly is it going to look like for John Cena, and why did John Cena sell his soul to The Rock? And same with CM Punk. And I'm assuming we're going to be finding out here in just mere moments of the John Cena side of this whole situation. You never saw it coming, did you? John Cena, selling his soul to The Rock, your hero, your never give up poster boy, standing side by side with a man I once sought to destroy. It doesn't make much sense, right? Well, let me enlighten you. For 20 plus years, I've carried this company on my back. I've given every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears to you ungrateful parasites, while The Rock ran off to Hollywood. I stayed. I fought for you. And what did it get me? Mockery. Chance of, you can't wrestle. The same fans who's begged for me to return now cheer for guys like Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Roman Reigns as if I don't ever matter. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw the next generation treating me like a relic. So when when the final boss came to me, I listened. He told me the truth. He said that this business is built on power, not respect. That legacies aren't made by playing hero, but taking what's yours. And he offered me something I haven't had in a long time. Control. You want to know why I did it? Because I'm done being your superhero. I'm done playing by the rules. The Rock showed me that true icons don't beg for your love. They take what they deserve, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. No more Make-A-Wish. No more putting smiles on people's faces. This is all about John Cena now. The final boss isn't here to save WWE. He's here to conquer it, and I'm his right hand, his enforcer, his executioner. Together, we're going to wipe out the false idols you worship. The American Nightmare, he's living in a fantasy. The megastar, he's about to go broke. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, just met his true ruler. This isn't a nostalgia act. This is a new era of dominance, and it starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Smackdown, and you're probably wondering why I'm out here after you're hearing from John Cena. Well, Teddy Long is out indefinitely, and until we know the whereabouts of Teddy Long, I have been named the Smackdown General Manager by the Board of Directors. I do appreciate the Board of Directors giving me this SmackDown General Manager role. I appreciate Triple H approving this role, and I look forward to working with everyone here on SmackDown. But for John Cena, the final boss, The Rock, and CM Punk, and even Kevin Owens there on Raw, if you guys think you're going to destroy my roster, you got another thing coming to you, especially you, John. While it was already announced, and for people that have been living under a rock recently, coming up in Bad Blood, the SmackDown PLE, just in a couple weeks' time, in Atlanta, Georgia, we will see Braun Breaker, the Undisputed Champion, teaming up with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, to take on the team of John Cena and CM Punk. While Braun Breaker and Cody Rhodes are not here tonight, facing off with their own injuries and trying to make sure they're 100% for Bad Blood. I will tell you that Cody Rhodes and Braun Breaker will be live here next week on SmackDown. As one of my big first things as being your SmackDown general manager, we're going to have some singles matches for next week here live on SmackDown. The two big matches next week here on Friday Night SmackDown, we'll see a match between the American Nightmare and John Cena. We've seen those guys go at it a couple years back with Cody Rhodes defeating John Cena in that one-on-one matchup, and the other match being the undisputed champion Braun Breaker taking on the best in the world, CM Punk. Now, John, I'm going to politely ask you to get out of our ring so we can start the show tonight. And I already know that you have your partner CM Punk. He's advertised to come out here and address also why he joined up, and I don't think anyone could really care less, but I will give CM Punk his time later on tonight to address why he joined The Rock. Welcome back to SmackDown, Nick Aldis. It's a shame that Teddy Long is no longer back, but hey, if you're taking over for Teddy Long, I can respect that. But one thing about it, I know you know Cody Rhodes quite well, so don't throw your head into things that you do not know anything about. Next week here on SmackDown, if I have to beat the poster boy, the new John Cena, the man that wants to take the John Cena schedule, be the top guy in the company, well, next week you're facing off with a whole different John Cena Cody, and you're going to see it next week here live on SmackDown. Otis now already in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, as this matchup is about to start. Wait a minute, Chad Gable coming through the crowd. A big takedown there of Otis. And of course, Chad Gable going to look to come out here and make a statement and humiliate Otis and Alpha Academy. And now we're going to start off with a collar elbow tie-up between these two. Damn shame it has to even come out like this as a snapmare takedown. Now Otis going to show you some of that wrestling background to Chad Gable. Both these men are terrific wrestlers, and we saw last week in a tag team matchup, in a non-title tag team matchup, it was Alpha Academy coming out and beating American Made, the new WWE Tag Team Champions, via a roll-up. And if I do remember correctly, it was Tozawa with the roll-up and picking up the win for the team. So certainly massive things for Alpha Academy, picking up a quote-unquote upset win over that. And I can tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen, that has earned them a championship matchup live there at Bad Blood. It will be Alpha Academy challenging American Made for the WWE Tag Team Championships. And big news here on SmackDown with Teddy Long being out indefinitely. We don't know the whereabouts of Teddy Long, but we've been told Nick Aldis is the one replacing Teddy Long. And welcome Nick Aldis back to SmackDown. He was part of SmackDown for quite a bit before being, I guess, essentially, obviously now the general manager. Now SmackDown is big clubbing blow. Otis got busted open briefly, but that pissed him off even more. But look at Otis tossing Chad Gable halfway across the ring, and I think that has awoken the big man Otis as a big clothesline. And look at that big cut on the face, man. It's a big welt just brewing, just spewing off the face, as now Otis with a spine buster there to Chad Gable. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough to put away Chad Gable? Oh, so close, but so far away. Only a 2. And this is where Otis has to keep on right now. Stay on the assault. Stay on Chad Gable as much as possible. You don't want to give Chad Gable any leeway. Now Gable getting a little bit of help, it seemed like, by Rod Zapata. Not on purpose, obviously, as now Otis has Chad Gable right where he wants him. Here comes Otis, the big man, big time splash in the corner. Is that enough? 2. No, and a strong kick out. Chad Gable keeps himself in the matchup for the time being. And Otis now, big time clothesline from behind. But Gable with a, almost like a fast kip up, but not really a kip up, is now a roll up for Chad Gable. Looking to try and do the same thing that Alpha Academy did last week. And now gonna roll the leg, gonna look for a good old fashioned ankle lock on Otis. Will this be enough? No, it won't, because there is the rope break. But now Chad Gable has taken off the straps, and now Gable gonna look to take it off. Right there's a big flying headbutt right to the midsection there. I don't know how effective that can be. It's a big pinfall attempt. Will this be enough? Yes, it is. That attack from behind coming up and eating Otis there, as Chad Gable has defeated Otis live tonight here on Smackdown. Even though the match wasn't too terribly long, it was a good back and forth matchup tonight here on Smackdown. Good opening match. Up next here on Smackdown, ladies and gentlemen, is a non-title matchup as JD McDonagh takes on Ilja Dragunov for the European Championship. And of course, you gotta have the whole crew coming out here, as you got Carlito, JD McDonagh, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. Or I should say Liv Morgan, who took out Rhea Ripley. And we do have some announcements about Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, as well as Raquel Rodriguez at Bad Blood. Raquel Rodriguez will be defending her Intercontinental Championship against Rhea Ripley at Bad Blood. That is going to be one hell of a matchup. And Finn Balor, we can announce as well that at Bad Blood, Finn Balor takes on Damien Priest one-on-one. Should be one hell of a matchup as well. Nick Aldis already making those big-time matches that are going to be coming our way. Finn Balor has been in a groove these last couple months, and I think that's a dangerous thing to see for this roster. One of the most accomplished wrestlers ever here in Universe Mode history. He's starting to get on fire, is starting to get in a groove, and certainly Finn Balor may get himself into that main event picture. And certainly once he's done, if he ever gets done with Damien Priest and Rhea Ripley, that very well could be next in line for Mr. Finn Balor. Former WWE Champion, multi-time Mr. Money in the Bank, former United States Champion. Man has done all sorts of different things here on WWE programming, especially former United States Champion as well. As now here comes the Russian Tsar, Ilja Dragunov. The man very close to winning that King of the Ring tournament, but Solo Sikoa was just a little bit better than him at that part. And we asked Ilja Dragunov earlier on tonight about, hey, you lost that matchup, but you went on Monday Night Raw, became the European champion, defeating Jey Uso, and he said, hey, you know what? Sometimes some things are a blessing in disguise. Yes, I didn't win the King of the Ring. A little bit of a disappointment on my side, but hey, I gotta keep my head up, keep fighting through things, and every opportunity I got to take it with a grain of salt and continue to get better. I walked out the European champion by defeating Jey Uso, and I plan on making this European champion something that the fans can love and deserve. So certainly a lot to take in, but for Ilja Dragunov, we've heard all the hype about this man. Certainly a lot of people believe that this guy is the future of WWE. You saw it in the King of the Ring tournament with some massive matches he has. But now tonight, here on SmackDown, he defeated Carmelo Hayes last week, Now he faces off with JD McDonagh, who is also a former European champion. As here we go, matchup about to start. McDonagh, Dragunov, non-title match. Referee has officially started this matchup. You got Dominic Mysterio staying out here for this one-on-one encounter. As Dragunov, working on that left arm, that left shoulder area. We'll see if that comes to be a factor at all. As Dragunov with a big running senton right there to the ribs. And now, big time gut wrench slam takes down JD McDonagh. Dragunov coming hot out of the gate, coming right for JD McDonagh. Wants to send a message to this SmackDown roster that this isn't a flash in the pan champion, some champion that you can just look past. As look, what the hell? Mysterio grabbing him, grabbing the referee, and the referee should toss Mysterio. That is unacceptable. How is Mysterio seriously not thrown out? You gotta be kidding me. That makes no sense. Mysterio should be thrown out of this damn matchup. I know Dragunov wasn't gonna win necessarily off that maneuver, but still, Rod Zapata should throw Mysterio out of this to make this a true one-on-one. As Dragunov gonna go for the pinfall. Will this be enough? No. Nice flying senton right to the ribs. Dragunov doing quite well working on the ribs. And it seems like he has targeted the ribs the whole time there and might see something that we don't see. As now Dragunov, release powerbomb there right in the middle of the ring. Dragunov has him right where he wants him. And now, JD McDonagh with a big haymaker. Into a drop kick. I wonder what Dragunov may have been setting up there. And McDonagh gonna look to make him pay here. We've seen this before from McDonagh. That's won in multiple matches, including championships. Is this enough? No. Dragunov with a big kick out there. And McDonagh really hasn't got much offensively, but hey, to pick up a maneuver out of nowhere, essentially, certainly keeps his opponents on his toes. That's a nice springboard DDT, dropping Ilja Dragunov on the rope. And look at Dragunov's legs just barely under or over or away from the ropes, I should say, keeping that away from a rope break, but Dragunov was able to kick out no matter what. Now this is where McDonagh could be very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, if Dragunov isn't too careful here. As now Dragunov, gets hit with a spear to the outside. And now, this is where the count may start here, as Rod Zapata will start the count. And now JD McDonagh going to break up the count, and the count will restart. As now both men going to go to work here. McDonagh, let's see what he's thinking here. Big time suplex to the outside. And for McDonagh, ladies and gentlemen, hey, a win tonight could get him in title contention. Maybe get back to that European Championship. Try to get the Judgment Day back to all gold. Referee is at a 5. McDonagh realizing that, gonna at least get himself in the ring, telling Ilja Dragunov to get up to his feet as the referee continuing to start the count. And obviously McDonagh missing that suicide dive, and Dragunov is going to make him pay with another brutal release powerbomb. We saw it inside the ring just a little bit ago. And now Dragunov tosses McDonagh back inside the ring, and now going to look to go back to work here. Now Dragunov looking to go for the pinfall. There's a introduction to a steel chair. Hopefully referee sees that and gets rid of it. We don't need to have a steel chair in this, as a spinning forearm strike right to the upper body. And now Ilja Dragunov, brutal forearm strike. Look at that, busting JD McDonagh open, and that should be the killer blow to JD McDonagh's chances, and it is. Ilja Dragunov with a massive win tonight, back-to-back weeks with massive wins over former champions, over NXT champion, over obviously a former tag team champion. Ilja Dragunov is on fire. And look who it is. It's Dirty Dom. And look at that. He has a massive prime bottle. And now there's a little bit of an awkward stare down. Dominic Mysterio, Ilja Dragunov, middle of this ring. And Ilja Dragunov is daring him to hit him with that. But oh my goodness, well, certainly he did get hit with it. And now Dirty Dom using the big old prime bottle to his advantage. I don't think Ilja Dragunov was actually expecting him to use it. I think Mysterio was really trying to decide what he wanted to do here. And now back and forth we go between both men here. Oh, now Dragunov with a big time maneuver into the torpedo headbutt. There takes down Dominic Mysterio. And now Mysterio's in trouble. May not go the way that Mr. Mysterio thought this was going to go here, ladies and gentlemen. And certainly that's okay for Ilja Dragunov. He could really care less. Takes down one member of the Judgment Day, and now going to look to take out two of them. And now, oh, right against the LED post into a powerbomb. Absolutely vicious is Mr. Ilja Dragunov. And this isn't certainly something that Mysterio wants to deal with. Has a brutal forearm strike, ladies and gentlemen. Holy mackerel. And now from the top rope, Mr. Ilja Dragunov with another big time maneuver, message being sent, and now Ilja Dragunov one more time to Mr. Dominic Mysterio. This is a big backfiring, you could say, for the Judgment Day. Certainly not the situation they wanted to deal with tonight, but just like that, Ilja Dragunov takes out the trash with JD McDonagh and Dominic Mysterio. And now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to see the best in the world, CM Punk. And he is out here tonight to address what happened last week with him selling his soul to the final boss, The Rock. We saw Kevin Owens do it, we saw John Cena do it, and now this man, the second city saint, the best in the world, CM Punk. It seemed like Punk was coming in to help Cody Rhodes. And all of a sudden, Cody was stirring up to his feet. Punk saw that, grabbed Cody Rhodes, and connected with a GTS. And then after that, all hell broke loose with Cena and Punk absolutely beating the snot out of Cody Rhodes. And I'm very surprised Breaker and Cody Rhodes will be here next week here. And maybe that Nick Aldis is booking that matchup, hoping those two are going to be here. I mean, certainly both Cody and Braun, they're tough guys, but with the assault we saw last week, I'm surprised they'd be able to move for a couple weeks. But we'll see how that goes. But right now, advertised for next week being CM Punk versus the undisputed champion Braun Breaker in a non-title matchup, as well as Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, taking on John Cena. So a lot to digest on the next week's SmackDown, but we already have plenty of big-time matches still on the card tonight, but we're about to hear from the best in the world, CM Punk. I know what you're all thinking. You're all disappointed. You're heartbroken. You feel betrayed. CM Punk, the guy who swore he'd never sell out, the guy who fought the machine, standing beside the most dominant force in WWE history, and you hate it, don't you? Well, let me tell you something. I could care less. For years, I fought the system. I raged against the machine. I put my body through hell for this company, for this business, for all of you. And what did I get? A pat on the back? A handshake? A thanks for your time? No, I got exiled. I got left behind while this place moved on without me. And when I came back, I thought things would be different. I thought you people would appreciate me. But it didn't take long for me to see the truth. You're just as fickle as this company itself. One minute you're chanting my name, the next you're drooling over Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, Seth Rollins. You all claim to love me, but deep down, I was never your guy. I was just a temporary fix for your nostalgia addiction. Then he called me. The final boss. The Rock saw what I saw, that no matter how hard you fight, no matter how loud you scream, this business only rewards power. He made an offer. Stop fighting and start winning. Stop begging for respect and start demanding it. And for the first time in my life, I listened. You call it selling my soul. No, I bought my freedom. I took the shackles off, and I finally understand what real power looks like. John Cena understood it. I understand it. And soon the rest of this locker room will have to understand it too. The final boss isn't here to play games. He's here to take everything, and I'm his executioner. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, LA Knight. You can all act like you're the future, but the future's dead. The era of underdogs, dreamers, and fan favorites is over. This is the era of the untouchable, the era of the elite, the era of the final boss. And one last thing before I go. Next week here I'm scheduled to take on Braun Breaker one-on-one in a non-title matchup. There's one thing I gotta tell you, Braun. You better bring the best Braun Breaker that you have deep down, because even that cannot beat the best in the world, CM Punk. And it might be go to sleep time for you, Braun, and a 1-2-3 victory for the best in the world. Braun, you have a whole different world coming your way. You're thinking that you're going to lead this generation, but since the final boss is here, since you got the two executioners, myself and John Cena, I wouldn't plan on holding that undisputed championship for very long, because one way or another, the past will always meet the future. I honestly don't know what to say anymore with this whole situation now. CM Punk, John Cena calling themselves the executioners for the final boss, and I don't know. This is gonna get out of hand very quickly, and we're supposed to see a tag team match at Bad Blood. We're supposed to see massive singles matches next week on Smackdown. Everything is heating up. Nick Aldis taking over for Teddy Long. All I can say to Nick Aldis is good luck, and hopefully this is the job that you're really looking forward to, because this is going to be a whole different ball game. But now, getting back to tag team action, ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing Katana Chance and Kayden Carter. They're in a number one contenders matchup with the Kabuki Warriors. The winner of this matchup will go on to Bad Blood and face off with the current tag team champions, Pure Fusion Collective, with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. As you got Asuka, Kairi Sane, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky making their way down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Should be one heck of a match come your way here live tonight here on Smackdown. Asuka and Kairi Sane making their way down the ring. I certainly believe Asuka and Kairi Sane could give certainly Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark a run for their money. And my curiosity for Pure Fusion Collective kind of goes towards the directive of, now Zoe Stark is replacing Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey and Zoe Stark, they're completely different. Zoe Stark's going to bring completely different moveset repertoire compared to Ronda Rousey. So we'll kind of see if it's a good thing or a bad thing, and we'll really see at Bad Blood if whoever happens to win this matchup will be able to focus on Zoe Stark more compared to Ronda Rousey. Because I believe Baszler and Rousey, they were gelled so well together is because they knew each other quite well over the years. Referee starting the matchup is official. Is that we got Kayden Carter and Kairi Sane kicking us off here. But back more to my point, you know, Zoe Stark, I don't know how long she has known Shayna and Ronda. Definitely not as long as obviously the partnership between Ronda and Shayna. So, you know, we'll see if there's any chemistry issues or whatever may happen there. Is Katana chance, almost like a reverse 619. Oh, and almost like a submission hold here on the ropes. And Asuka trying to break it up, and Asuka gonna take her out here and try and send a message to her. Is now a over the head belly to belly suplex. Asuka really wanting to send a message out here. This matchup is breaking down. Kairi Sane taking Kayden Carter out of the repertoire, out of the picture there. As Asuka tosses her opponent back inside. It's now Kairi Sane with a nice drop kick to Katana chance. And now I'm gonna look to go to work. Big stomp in the forearm. Certainly doesn't matter how big you are, getting stomped right on your arm, that is not going to feel good no matter what, lightweight or heavyweight. Here we go with the tag. Here comes Asuka, one of the most decorated champions in Universe Mode history. Former women's world champion, former women's champion. She's done it all here in WWE. She was even the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion before running into Raquel Rodriguez and losing to Raquel Rodriguez there at SummerSlam. And now another tag. Kairi Sane with a neck breaker into a big kick to the upper back there. And now we're seeing some frequent tags from the Kabuki Warriors, who are going to be able to become the tag team champions. You know, Shayna and Ronda held those tag team championships for quite a long time. That reign continues just with a partner replacement. A double kick there. Look at them work together here. This is what makes them so dangerous, working well together. Is now Kayden Carter looking to fly halfway across the ring. Nope, had some second thoughts there. And I'm not too sure what she's really thinking at the moment. She should have capitalized. But now she gave Kairi Sane maybe an opportunity to get back in this matchup. And now a Hurricane Rana from Kairi Sane. I really don't know what Kayden Carter was doing, almost costing them the matchup. It's a spinning backhand into a moonsault. Beautiful combination there from Kairi Sane. And, you know, if you're a tag team looking to make waves and you don't capitalize on certain situations, you're going to end up screwing yourself in big situations. As Katana chance watching on as Kayden Carter taking out Kairi Sane. Asuka now going to look to go back to work here. Asuka now looking for the running bulldog, possibly. Yes, she does, right in the middle of the ring. And it looks like Kayden Carter got busted open there, and realizing how big that wound is, possibly going to get herself out of this matchup. And now you're going to get Katana chance to look to capitalize here. There's a big time slam, takes down Asuka. And now through the middle rope, suicide dive takes down Asuka. And a big time opportunity is a corkscrew right in the air, right on the midsection there of Asuka. This is what Katana chance needs to do. Stay on Asuka right now. Big time situation here. Big time moment in this matchup. As now Katana chance, high risk, high reward. Here we go. Halfway across the ring with a big axe handle. Into the pinfall, shoulders are down. Will this be enough? Strong 2 count, but that's all she gets. Still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is a no disqualification main event, as it's going to be AJ Styles, the newest member of the Judgment Day, takes on Damien Priest. And certainly this matchup coming together after last week's situation, where after the tag team matchup where we saw Damien Priest and Rhea Ripley defeat the team of Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, we saw AJ Styles come out and beat down AJ Styles came out and beat down Damien Priest. And Finn Balor has made sure AJ Styles has to do everything that he wants him to do, or he will be fired. It's part of the contract agreement that AJ Styles has ever since losing to Finn Balor. And now, big time dropkick takes down Kairi Sane. 2-on-1 situation. We'll see if Katana Chance can stay on Kairi Sane here. And also coming up next, it is Fight Night, live here on Smackdown, as Sheamus the Celtic Warrior goes 1-on-1 with the Intercontinental Champion, big man Bronson Reed. And with a win tonight for Sheamus, and very well could get himself into title contention. Look at those strikes from Kairi Sane. She is not backing down. It's a big time back suplex, dropping her on her head and back area there. And now I'm going to look for the tag. Nope, she's going to go from the second rope here. Going to go high risk from the Pirate Princess, but no. Missing out there, and Katana Chance with a drop kick right to the skull. And going to look to capitalize now. From behind. Ooh. Almost like a different variation of a zigzag type of maneuver there from Katana Chance. Looking to pick up an upset win of sorts here with the head scissors. DDT takes down Kairi Sane. And now Asuka getting herself in the ring here. Gonna look to put away one half of this tag team with a big hip attack. Down she goes. Pinfall. Will Kayden Carter come in here and break it up? Ooh, very close to a 2 count, but just a 1 count, saving the day. And now Asuka's going to look to send a message to her and put her in an Asuka lock. Obviously, she won't tap out. Or, I mean, even if she does tap out, it won't affect this matchup, because obviously the other two are the legal women in this match. And now a suicide dive again through the middle rope. If you guys don't know, Katana Chance was once a part of the American Ninja Warriors that you would see on the USA Network at times. It's a spinning code breaker, a spinning code breaker there from Katana Chance. She is bringing the fight to Asuka here. Into another one, 2 in a row, right there to Asuka. Referee is at a 5. We very well could see an upset in the making. And Asuka now going to throw her right into the steel steps. Message being sent real close to both these women. Referee is at a 7, I believe. Asuka taking it to Kayden Carter here with a big drop kick. Now Katana Chance back in the ring here. We'll see if she can capitalize, as she does with a back suplex. But both women are down. They are feeling this matchup for sure. This has been one hell of a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Big forearm strike there into another spinning code breaker out of nowhere. That's 3 times. 2 outside the ring and 1 in the middle of the ring. And now I believe Asuka has a little bit of blood added to her paint on her face there. You can briefly see it out of the right side of her eye, it looks like. And this has been all Kayden Carter and Katana Chance these last couple minutes. And now Asuka, she's thinking about an armbar. Yes, she does. Submission hold here, right in front of us. We'll see if she taps out. No, Asuka having to let go of it. The Kabuki Warriors really got to get something going here. They are, struggling to find anything to go in their favor right now. Big elbow from Kayden Carter. Big time scoop slam right there on the WWE logo. Going to look to capitalize once again here. And if this is what we're getting from these tag team division in the terms of possibly what they can bring to the table, you're seeing great tandem offense there, as now Katana Chance looking to pick up a big win over Asuka. No, strong kick out there. But if you're seeing this in the terms of #1 contenders matches, this is great stuff to see from the women's tag teams. Especially Katana Chance and Kayden Carter looking to have their breakout moment and challenge for the tag team championships. And now Chance going to go with Irish Whip. No, back into their corner. And now, Kairi Sane going to look to do her Pirate Princess stomp into the corner. Here we go. Katana Chance with that sliding basement elbow right there to Katana Chance. And now Kairi Sane. She realizes Kayden Carter's right there. But that she's messing up her opportunity. She could hit the Princess Elbow drop, but Kayden Carter kind of distracting Kairi Sane. As she tosses Katana Chance right in the corner and gives Kayden Carter a chance to maybe put away Kairi Sane here. And now, oh, what a flatliner. Big time maneuver. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough? 2. Oh, so close, but 2.5. Kairi Sane keeps herself in this matchup. But the question is for how much longer. All 4 of these women have beaten the snot out of each other. Don't know how much more is left, as now, we've seen this maneuver plenty of times here in Universe Mode, and we're going to see it again potentially. That's a big senton right there, right to Kairi Sane in the middle of this ring. Referee right there, shoulders are down, the hook of the leg, but Asuka right there to break it up. Who is going to be able to be the #1 contenders and go on to Bad Blood to become, or at least challenge, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark for the Tag Team Championships? Now into the corner we go. Kairi Sane trying to decide what she wants to do. We are going to get the tag. Here we go. Asuka. What is she thinking? Oh, Asuka going to do Kairi Sane's position. Hitting an insane Asuka elbow. Will this be enough? 1, 2. But no, Kayden Carter saves the day, and the matchup continues. As look at the welts just brewing on the lower back and the rib section there of Katana Chance. As look at Dakota Kai getting involved here, trying to help out the Kabuki Warriors any chance she can get here. And now Asuka off the ropes here, rolling the ropes into a nice drop kick. The Kabuki Warriors coming out here and finally helping out Asuka and Kairi Sane. And now again, but now the roles are reversed. Kairi Sane's going to be the one to possibly hit the insane elbow. Bam! Right there to Katana Chance. Is this it? Referee is in position. Is this enough? 2, 3. Yes, it is. It took him a while, but the Kabuki Warriors are going to Bad Blood, and they are challenging the Tag Team Champions live there at Bad Blood for those Tag Team Championships. It's going to be one hell of a match. Will we see new Tag Team Champions? Can't wait to find out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is Fight Night here on Smackdown as Sheamus battles the Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed 1-on-1 in a non-title matchup. Sheamus is still looking to have his singles gold in his career. He's a multi-time tag team champion, but hoping that this will eventually lead to having a WWE Championship, a Intercontinental Championship, or maybe even the European Championship. You can't rule that out as well. But Sheamus out here with his shillelagh, looking to have a dominant performance against Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed has had one hell of a career so far these last couple years, and we'll see if it will continue here on Smackdown. Most of his career has been on Monday Night Raw. We'll see how it is here on Smackdown. As here comes your Intercontinental Champion, Bronson Reed. That championship fits oh so well around the waist of Bronson Reed. And I honestly, looking at this roster, I mean, there's several big name superstars, but it's really hard to really see, like, okay, hey, I think he can beat him, or he can beat him. I mean, for Bronson Reed, it seems like it's, I would say, tough to tell in the terms of who could be able to beat Bronson Reed. Randy Orton, it seemed like he could have been the man to beat Bronson Reed, but it wasn't, because he got saved by Kevin Owens. And this right now is your Intercontinental Champion. Who will face Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship live there at Bad Blood? Hopefully we find out soon, or maybe nobody steps up to the plate. We're going to find out, hopefully eventually, but right now Sheamus and Bronson Reed live on Smackdown. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Going for a clothesline. Bronson Reed catches him briefly. And now we got a good old-fashioned collar elbow tie-up. Sheamus being a little bit stronger in this situation. Referee trying to break this up here. And he does. And this is the type of match you want to see on a Friday night SmackDown. Two brutes absolutely going at it. Could Sheamus be the one to knock off Bronson Reed and become Intercontinental Champion? Going for that leg drop, didn't work out in his favor. Big haymaker there from Reed. And now both men going to have a good old-fashioned striking war. Bronson Reed and Sheamus. Here we go. Two absolute brutes, like I mentioned, going at it. Something's got to give. Someone's chest is going to be walking out more brutalized than the other. And more than likely, it could be Sheamus with how pale he is. Man, they are just unloading on each other with these strikes. Back and forth we go. This is what you want to see on a SmackDown. It is fight night here on SmackDown. Look at these colossal athletes beating the snot out of each other. Holy heck. And you can see Bronson Reed, I can't really tell if he's busted open, but it's very close to it as he runs into a jumping knee strike, taking down Bronson Reed. Sheamus, is this enough to put away Reed? Oh, very close. And now Sheamus, he has plenty of welts on his face and around his neck. Sheamus now going to look to put away Bronson Reed, but Reed with a big reversal. Man, look at those bruises right across the eyes. He has, looks like two black eyes right there on his face. Certainly not the best feeling in the world. As, wait a minute. Is Bronson Reed, does he have Sheamus in the landing zone? Bronson Reed, tsunami, no! He connected with the knee to the lower back, a glancing blow. I don't know if it's going to be enough to put away Sheamus, though. Ooh, strong kick out from Sheamus. I think if Bronson Reed connected with all of it, I think it's game over. Possibly as a running senton right there to the ribs. And now Bronson Reed, is he going to go up? Is it time for a tsunami this time? Reed, tsunami to Sheamus. Shoulders are down. 1, 2. No, Sheamus with a strong kick out. Not a lot of guys can say they kicked out of a tsunami. Sheamus now being one of them. And now Bronson Reed with a suicide dive through the middle rope and takes down Sheamus. All that weight coming down right there in the ribs of Sheamus. And Bronson Reed, I was going to say, maybe it's going to look like he's going to take the count out. And oh, God. No. No. Big elbow right to the neck area. Bronson Reed meaning business tonight here on SmackDown. And now back in the ring we go. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the pinfall, honestly. Oh, no. He's not thinking another tsunami, is he? Yup, he is. Second tsunami. Right there to Sheamus. Is this one enough? 2, 3. Bronson Reed in a fight of his life tonight here on Friday Night SmackDown. But Bronson Reed, one hell of a match with Sheamus. And Bronson Reed continues to show his dominance. It doesn't matter on Raw or SmackDown, but Bronson Reed continues to dominate the landscape here in WWE. And before we get to our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, we get to hear from Jade Cargill, the Women's World Champion and the Women's Champion. And she's going to have one hell of a weekend in a couple weeks' time, because Jade Cargill, she'll be defending her championships at Bash in Berlin, as well as at Bad Blood. Jade Cargill defends her Women's World Championship live there at Bash in Berlin against the Queen Charlotte Flair. Jade Cargill will be on Monday Night Raw in a face-off between herself and Charlotte Flair before their big-time championship match in a couple weeks' time. But also, live there at Bad Blood, Jade Cargill has officially been put on the card as she'll be defending her Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss, the goddess of SmackDown. But Jade Cargill is here. She's addressing Alexa Bliss, and she may even address Charlotte Flair if it has to be. So we'll see how this is going to fare here tonight. Am I supposed to be scared of Alexa Bliss just because she has a weird demeanor and she's associated with the Wyatt Six? No, I'm not scared. She's 5 feet of nothing. There's nothing to be scared of. Maybe 10 years ago when she actually meant something in her career, maybe she'd put up a fight. But this time around, I'm not worried about. It's a clean sweep in a couple weeks' time. It is in with the new and out with the old. Charlotte's going down, and so is Alexa Bliss. Alexa does not mean anything to me. And if I have to beat her within 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, I will gladly do it. But you know what? If I'm looking for some actual competition, maybe I'll allow Alexa Bliss to have her moment in that matchup just to realize for her to fail again. Alexa, I know you're here tonight. Nick Aldis told me that you're around here somewhere. So wherever you may be, I want you to make this crystal clear to you and your group. There, at Bad Blood, your group better not get involved whatsoever. It's a one-on-one contest to really prove if you can stand toe-to-toe with the double champ, Jade Cargill. Did you miss me, Jade? Jade, you are impressive. Dominant. 2 championships over your shoulders? And honestly, you make it look easy. But there's one thing about being on top. You never see the one sneaking up from the shadows until it's too late. You see, while I was away, I watched you bulldoze through this division, collect those titles like trophies. But you know what they say about champions like you? The bigger the ego, the bigger they fall. And I just love watching things fall apart. That's cute, Lexi, but you're not a problem. You're a former problem. And I don't do former anything. I take out what's in front of me. So unless you're here to tell me how great I am, step aside before I make you my next highlight. Oh, Jade. You see, that's where you're wrong. I'm not just in front of you. I'm inside your head now, and trust me, once I'm in there, I don't leave. So go ahead, be the big bad double champ, because the moment you let your guard down, well, playtime's over, champ. Well, certainly a lot of craziness going on here, and Jade Cargill wants none of it, ladies and gentlemen, and she is getting the hell out of Dodge and doesn't want to deal with Alexa Bliss. But this is what we're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, at Bad Blood. It will be Alexa Bliss taking on Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship live there in Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time here live on Smackdown. It is going to be Damien Priest, the Punisher of the Terror Twins, the group that has obviously himself and Rhea Ripley. It's going to be a big time Bad Blood for both of them, as Damien Priest will be facing off with Finn Balor, as well as Rhea Ripley is taking on the Intercontinental Champion Raquel Rodriguez live there at Bad Blood. But tonight, it's a whole different ballgame. It is a no disqualification matchup between Damien Priest and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And like we mentioned earlier on tonight, this matchup coming from last week's assault from AJ Styles to Damien Priest. And for AJ Styles, he has to do what Finn Balor wants him to do or he will no longer have a contract here in WWE. So certainly tonight is going to be a hard-hitting matchup. No disqualification. Anything goes in the middle of that ring, as long as we get that result in the middle of that ring. But this is bound to get crazy very, very quickly. It's a shame that AJ Styles has to do what he has to do with dealing with Finn Balor in the Judgment Day, but certainly it's not his choice. And there is AJ Styles, the phenomenal Judgment Day member, AJ Styles. You hate to see it, but you know, sometimes in your career you gotta do what you gotta do, unfortunately. Especially if your career's on the line, you gotta put food on the table for your family and your kids. And especially for AJ Styles, he has to do exactly that. He has to be there for his family, and if he has to go the way that he has to, unfortunately, that's what he has to do. We haven't really seen that side of AJ Styles in a good while, and well, you're seeing it now. I mean, I guess we saw a while back, but not to this extreme. But we're really looking forward to this matchup. AJ Styles, Damien Priest, no disqualification. Is Damien Priest even close to 100%? Will Styles be able to pick up a big win tonight live here on SmackDown in this no disqualification matchup? As here we go, Damien Priest versus AJ Styles. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. And Styles coming right out of the gate with a kick into a Russian leg sweep. Takes down the big man, Damien Priest. And here comes those punches and chops. Here comes AJ Styles. It certainly didn't take him long to obviously get his Judgment Day gear as well. Big haymaker there from Styles from behind. And now, almost like a torture rack into a spinning powerbomb. Nice maneuver there from AJ. Pulling all sorts of stops out tonight as Styles with a nice springboard off the top rope into that forearm strike. And Styles now has Priest right where he wants him. Priest is struggling as Styles connects with an elbow right to the midsection. There's a big haymaker there from Priest. Priest again, bringing those kicks and punches. And now they're going back and forth here. This is what you want to see from these two. We saw it earlier on tonight between Bronson Reed and Sheamus. And now we're seeing it between Sheamus and Bronson Reed. Now we're seeing it between Priest and AJ Styles. Physicality off the charts tonight. Nick Aldis certainly has himself one heck of a job to maintain this roster. Back and forth as Priest and AJ Styles, multiple punches to the face by both men, leaving it all on the line. In this ring is Finn Balor. Finn Balor making as well known there as a flatliner there. Finn Balor in the ring, and he breaks up the pinfall. This is a no disqualification matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And now, wait a minute, Priest gonna take down the visitor. Gonna look to take down Finn Balor with the crucifix. Takes down Finn Balor, and now Damien Priest looking to go to work on Styles. It takes down Styles. And Priest trying to figure out what he wants to do. He just took out Balor out of commission briefly, and now Damien Priest from behind. Up goes Styles, and down goes Styles. And it looks like Finn Balor wants nothing else to deal with Mr. Damien Priest. He's getting the hell out of Dodge. Doesn't want to help out AJ Styles anymore. He's going to leave AJ Styles to the Wolves. And now he's going to leave it up to AJ Styles to put away Damien Priest. And that's saying something. Or maybe that's the amount of confidence that he has. Looking for some hardware. And now, good old favor. Good old kendo stick. Tosses it, but Styles moves out the way. Styles, though, about to eat a South of Heaven choke slam. But no, Styles moves out the way. Styles going to look to capitalize now. Here we go. Brain buster to the big man. Down goes Damien Priest. And is he going with that kendo stick? No, he's not. I thought he was going to pick up the kendo stick. I'm not sure what Styles is going to do here next. Picks him up for a Styles Clash, a pop-up Styles Clash. Right there to Damien Priest. Pinfall. 2. No, Damien Priest kicks out despite being busted wide open. And now Styles, big time springboard forearm strike right to that wound of Damien Priest. Back and forth we go. Styles now, high risk, high reward with that big elbow right across the chest. Pinfall opportunity, shoulders are down. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles of the Judgment Day picks up a massive win here with the help of Finn Balor. AJ Styles, despite having to join the Judgment Day, is doing anything in his power to make sure he stays on top. Big win for AJ Styles, and that's all the time we got for you tonight, live here on SmackDown. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on Raw.